What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today we are checking out Achtung Cthulhu Tactics. If you've never seen this game before, the closest game that I would compare it to is probably Silent Storm. It's a lot like Silent Storm. Like, it's an AP-based, turn-based strategy game in World War II, just with like magic and the occult and like high technology and like Tesla throwers and stuff like that. I've played it a little bit. I don't know if it has the destructible environments from Silent Storm, because that was a big selling feature for me in Silent Storm, was the ability to like blow up a building that people are sheltering in or whatever if you wanted to get through their cover. But I've played it a bit and the game is pretty enjoyable. So I figured we'd stop on in, maybe do an episode or two, and maybe it'll whet up that Jimmy. So let's go for it. New campaign. We'll go with an empty slot right there. Sounds good to me. What is campaign B? A custom campaign name or use the assigned name? Okay, well, we'll just play on normal difficulty. And I don't really need the tutorial. Like, I know how to play the game roughly. I've played the first hour or two, and so I know how it works. Let's go ahead and start the campaign off.
1944. And after the D-Day landings and months of hard fighting, the Allies close in on Germany's border. Soon the Nazis plan to launch the audacious counterattack through the Ardennes forest, known as Operation Watch on the Rhine, hoping to split the Allied armies and hurl their circling enemies back into the sea. Supplementing the Third Reich's conventional troops are the darker forces of the Nazi occult, the sinister Black Sun, wielders of arcane magics and tamers of captive horrors, and their bitter rivals the Nachtwolf, the Night Wolves, who harness advanced experimental weaponry to rule the battlefield. Both have recently been observed in the Ardennes, and in a quiet, seemingly forgotten corner of the forest, known locally as Arduina, other eldritch forces also begin to stir. When the local resistance sent word to London that a terrifying new secret weapons facility is being built beneath the forest's surface, the Allies' own occult forces, Britain's Section M and the US's Majestic, send an airborne task force to investigate. But the message is a trap, and an entire parachute battalion is lured to its death in a brutal ambush. Only Charlie Company of Badger's Commandos, under the command of Captain Eric Badger Harris and U.S. Sergeant Brandon Carter, survive after being blown off course by mysterious winds. Fleeing into the arms of the forest, they go to ground in the abandoned Chateau Limoges. There, they manage to get a garbled radio message back to HQ. And in response, London sends two of its finest special operatives, French resistance leader Ariane Dubois and Corporal Aki the Eye Singh. Their mission, rendezvous with Charlie Company and find out exactly what the Nazis are up to in this ancient woodland known as the Forest of Fear. Mademoiselle Dubois, Corporal Singh, your orders are to make your way behind enemy lines, then proceed through the forest to the appointed rendezvous point, where you will meet Captain Harris, Sergeant Carter, and any other survivors from Operation Fallen Angels. You will engage and defeat any enemy forces you encounter en route, secure a forward operating base, and then report back with your findings.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do it. I hear that there's some Nazis to kill and cousin business needs to be booming. So we've started out with Aki Singh and Ariane Dubois. I almost said Marianne Dubois, but I guess not. So Aki Singh is over here. We'll go ahead and check this out. Let's go check this body. The game has an auto-follow system when you're not in combat, which is pretty rad. It's very, very helpful. Keep an eye open for any of the commanders who dropped in, commandos who have dropped in. We've not heard back from them. I suspect an ambush. It's a ambush. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into cover over on this side, and hopefully things go okay. We have enemies on the grid. Shadow monsters running around, but I promise they're not actually... I swear, they're not Dementors. They're just Nazi soldiers that we haven't seen yet. The first time I played this, though, I thought we were fighting against Dementors. I was like, oh my god! Harry Potter was right. They're here, the Death Eaters! Alright, so I know that Dementors come from Azkaban. I knew. Dude, that's actually a really good position he has right there. He's got us flanked, like, hard. He's got us, like, super hard flanked. That's a really good starting position. Ew. I don't like this at all. We don't have anywhere to go. I guess I could fire from right there, but that leaves me open on that flank. Yeah, I think Aki Singh's about to get shot. Alright, so there's our first enemy right there, a knocked wolf grunt. We've got a 50% chance to hit him with our 6 AP, so let's go for it. Hit chances are not amazing in this game. I haven't leveled up enough to the point where they start getting good, but I can tell you from experience, having played the game, that definitely, like, most of the time, even if you've got somebody directly flanked, it's like a 50-50 shot. So, like, you may spend a lot of time just unloading rounds at people in this game. There's a little bit of damage off. Not enough to kill him, obviously, but enough to do something. I'm going to fire my secondary weapon using my MP up here. So you have this stat called MP. It gets higher and higher as the battle goes on, and you can use it for these little abilities down here with the little chevrons. I can give it a go. I mean, hey, we got him. Nice. We cleared the flank. Well, one of the flanks. Can he get back into cover? He can get into cover right there? Yeah, do it. I just don't want you to get shot. There you go. Perfect. So we've got 2 more Nazis back behind a rock. Those Nazi-ish Nazis hiding behind rocks, as Nazis are known to do. That dude's falling back. Okay. I don't know if I just want to gun it out with this guy at this position or if I want to try to flank it. They keep falling back to solid positions where the flanks are going to be difficult to pull off. So, a 10% chance? Good God. Good God in Himmel. Got 8 right there. If I go right there, I've got 6. Yeah, go ahead and do it, man. Oh, he's got an Overwatch. That's unpleasant. I didn't know that he had deployed an Overwatch. That's cool, though. At least Aki Singh is good at dodging bullets and not dying horribly. With a 50% shot, let's go ahead and take this guy out. Oof. Sat his ass down. I don't really have much else that I can do right there, so instead I'm just going to move her up and hope they don't chuck a grenade. Right now, we are nasty grenade bait, and so I'm really, really hoping that they don't decide to just, like, flush out our position with explosives. That would, unfortunately, really put a damper on my day. Let's wait and see what they do here. They just want to fight from cover, huh? Alright. I mean, it's going to be... Ooh, he actually landed a hit in cover. Okay. Alright. Yeah, go ahead and just... You got a 40% right there. You might as well... Oh, really? Overwatch triggers on fired shots. That is different than what I expected. Yeah, with a 40% chance, you might as well keep firing. We'll just see if we can clear them out of here with sheer gunpower. If they're going to play Overwatch, I'm going to play Overwatch. Go ahead and punish if they try to pop back up and do anything or move positions. For you, we've only got 1 round left. Go ahead and reload the shotgun. You have 2 different kinds of HP in this game. If you're wondering how that works, how we got shot, but we didn't lose any health. You have the blue bar, which is your luck. Luck refills at the beginning of every single combat and in between combats because you're running around the map and whatnot. Like, the maps are not confined entirely to combat. Like, when you're running around and there's no one shooting at you, and you're exploring and, like, picking up objects and everything, that doesn't count as being in combat. You're still in the mission, but you're not in combat. And so the next time you make contact with an enemy regiment or whatever else, your luck will be back. You have a certain amount of luck. It's usually enough to soak, like, 1 good hit. And then after that, you go to your HP. And HP can only be healed by medkits and stuff like that. That's a pointless shot, but I'm still going to do it. I don't know. I do wish that there was a way to, like, flush people and, like, suppress them and stuff like that. There may be later on in the game, but I haven't run into it yet with the stuff that I've played. I was going to say, he's going to move positions. Oh, you got him. Nice. Clipped him with a little bit of Luger shot right there. Very, very nice. Hit him with the loogie. Why do I feel like I'm going to get overwatched right here? Dive into that corner. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he's probably just camped back there trying to overwatch me. I almost guarantee he's just, like, sitting back there, just thumbing his rifle, being like, I'm going to overwatch him to death. This is going to be the most clever plan ever. Let's go ahead and overwatch him again in case he tries to move. And then that'll be it for our turn. We don't have anything else going on. Unfortunately, the shot did not connect. Oof. That one did, though. You do have another stat called Stress, in case you're wondering about that. It's not like XCOM. So in XCOM, your stress level is hidden. In this game, you've actually got this little meter right here, and when it tops out, basically the same thing that happens in XCOM happens here. Your character, like, freaks the hell out and just starts spraying bullets at everything that moves, and there's a pretty good chance we're not going to land any of this, but this guy is not leaving cover, so we may just have to play the chance game. Yeah. Stay on him. That's kind of a long run. 5%. Man, I need like a grenade or something to force these guys out of cover. I got nothing to force him out right now. He can just dig in heavy cover and just like never get... Wait, 50% from right there? What? What are you talking about 50% from right there? How does it go from 5% to 50% in one square? Good lord. Alright, well, we're out of here. Yep, the threat is done. We've taken care of it. Everything's been annihilated, except for these giant mushrooms, which apparently only grow inside the Ardennes. Carter and Harris should rendezvous with you in the forest. They're robust fellows and should still be alive. Okay. Hey, there they are. We got Carter and Harris. Huzzah. Alright, well, now that we've rendezvoused with Carter and Harris, let's go ahead and we'll take Carter and Harris up front, and we'll see if we can make contact with the enemy. It wants me to cut to the left right now. I'm going to try and get them into cover right there, but no guarantees. Luckily, the enemy doesn't get to shoot at you before you get to scramble to cover most of the time. So, like, you can move a little bit aggressively when you're not inside of combat. Just don't get too crazy. Don't get too crazy. The French resistance is active in this area, harassing supply lines. Their handiwork should be obvious. Yep, it looks like they did a little bit of work over here. And we have ourselves enemy contact. So usually what will happen is on the first turn, the enemy will find cover, but they won't return fire. And then you get to find cover, and you probably won't return fire. That seems to be the flow of combat. Like, sometimes you get some shots off on the first turn. But, as you can tell, they don't punish super hard. They just dive to cover on the first turn, which is okay. It's acceptable. I mean, it's like, it's better than getting chopped to pieces on your first turn. What do you have going on? Fire at him. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. 15 damage with whatever that crazy weapon is that you're firing. Hey, nice. Got him with the back-to-back 60s. Very, very nice. I've got a little bit of MP left, but I'm not going to use it all up right now. Let's go ahead and move him over to... Actually, does that count as cover right there? If I put him right there? No, it doesn't. Okay. So that's not cover. Got an enemy right there and an enemy right there. We're going to have to dig them out of here somewhere. I'm going to bring him up here with this Thompson, and we're going to try and flank right there on the next turn. Instead, for right now, we'll keep an overwatch on him just to pin him down. And with you, start moving up this side flank. And actually, Aki Singh can probably do the same thing. I'll have you both just kind of move up the sideway, I guess. Actually, I can move you to right there. And if he tries to move, he's going to get overwatch, so maybe he'll resist the urge. No guarantees. Sometimes the AI does some pretty daring stuff in this game. Some pretty suicidal stuff, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Exactly, like that time it worked because I've got a horrible hit rate. Now this is really going to sting. I was going to say, he shouldn't have enough AP left to fire. That was like a 12 AP move. That was a pretty large scale. Oh, they just swapped positions? All right. He'll have enough to fire, I think. Or not. Okay. Go ahead and... This is going to be sketchy. Go ahead and unload on him first. Oof. Okay, we got XCOM'd right there, so that's too bad. 365s, we should have had at least one hit, but that's the way chance goes sometimes. Move up to there and see if you can finish him off. I don't think this guy can deal enough damage to kill him in one turn. Yeah, I was going to say, he can only do like 15 as far as I know, but we can try. There we go. So that gets rid of that, and then we hop him into cover right there, and he should be good. Aki Singh, go ahead and run up on him. Hit him with the buck. I don't feel like that should be a 50-50. I feel like that should definitely be better than a 50-50 from right there, but what do I know about anything? Well, at least we landed that. That's kind of good. Like, our next turn is probably going to be a little stingy, but... You know, I played it hard and fast, and when you play it hard and fast, sometimes you get it back hard and fast. Oh, he tried to melee. Wow, I didn't expect him to try and hit me with the rifle grip right there. I thought that for sure that would be like a, I don't know. I thought for sure that'd be some kind of like 85% chance to hit. If he's overwatching that way, that means I gotta hit him from over here. There we go. Cancel out that overwatch so we don't have to worry about it. Perfect. It's all done and taken care of. Soldiers are around. And it looks like our objective is right here. There's no kind of loot or anything on the enemies as far as I can tell from having played the game. Like, it's not going to be like Jagged Alliance or anything like that where every single enemy has like a full loadout and you can like steal their stuff and whatnot. If it did, I would fall in love with this game instantly. That was one of my favorite things about Jagged Alliance, is knocking down some enemies and then going through their loot in the middle of a firefight trying to see if they had like a pistol or like a rifle that was better than the rusty bullshit that you've been using for the last couple missions. But you know, there you go. We killed 7 out of 7 enemies and we got 100 XP. On to the next mission. So there you go. We'll fill up that little meter right there. Nobody's leveled up or anything like that, but when they do level up, they've got a full complement. We got the Mills bomb. We can go to Operation Heron. The other option is that you can go into this little menu right here, and there is all kinds of stuff. So you've got your loadout, you've got skills. As of right now, we definitely want to train our free skill on every single character, like right this second. So he's got one called Over Penetrate, which I think allows you to attack in a straight line, and it hits everything. This guy's got Ward Light, which gives the reveal cone a much needed boost. We've got Life Drain on her, which is one of my favorite abilities because it doesn't have a hit chance. It just automatically hits and does 10 damage. So that's a great ability for finishing off enemies that you've already scuffed up a little bit during the course of combat. And then he's got Charge, which allows you with 4 AP and 2 MP to charge an enemy and bayonet stab him. So there you go. Perfect. We can also take our items right now. I like to put the Mills bomb on Aki Singh just because he's kind of our shock trooper with his shotgun. His goal is kind of to close the gap with the enemy and get as close as possible. And a grenade can help in those odd situations where you need to bust up a formation a little bit. Unfortunately, you can't blow up cover. That's like the one thing that the game is missing. If you grenade somebody, it doesn't blow up their cover, which is a bit of a bummer because that was one of my favorite features about XCOM and Silent Storm and stuff like that, is that if an enemy was really dug in and entrenched, you had an option. You didn't have to just like charge blindly into the fray hoping you'd get shot to pieces. You could just nade the thing for a couple turns till the wall falls down, and then they got nothing to hide behind, and then you could rush them. But can't do that. Our next mission, we get a basic long scope, we get an extended mag, and we get some brandy. All right.
Captain Harris, Sergeant Carter, we're glad to hear you're well. Congratulations on slipping the noose of fallen angels and coming out alive. Your combined team is now our main asset on the ground, and we need to know exactly what the Nazis are up to in there. Your initial orders are to mount a small-scale raid on a target of opportunity. Get in, gather what intelligence you can, grab any weapons and equipment you can forage, then get out of there fast, before any Nazi reinforcements arrive. Good luck, and Godspeed.
Okay, let's do this thing. I like it when my camera faces like this. I don't know about you guys, but I have like a camera orientation that I prefer when I'm working my way through a mission. Go ahead and get in behind that rock right there. I don't see anything going on over here, but sometimes things can go a little bit wrong. Oh, we have enemy contact. There you go. Enemy contact. How many enemies? I don't know. It just looks like one to me, but he's got a 5% chance, 15% chance. Go ahead and move up to there and then face that way. I do like the facing system. I think the facing system is really good. Makes me happy. We can do over penetrate. Does that automatically hit? I'm going to try it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. There's another enemy over there. Yeah, go ahead and take his flank, I guess. Oh, we can't. Well, I'm going to do it anyways. Let's do it anyways. I'm going to try and save the grenade for later on in the mission, just in case it becomes, like, important. Yeah, fire a secondary weapon at him, I guess. With Aki where he's at right now, though, he's running a real risk of being flanked back once things get a little bit more hectic. One of the things I don't like is that they tend to leave you like far enough out of position on the first turn to where it's tough to get a whole lot of damage off or get into a good cover position. Like, the AI seems to always have a much better position than you. Maybe that's just me being biased, but I've played a couple of missions, and one thing that I have noticed is that the AI always seems to have a much better position than I do. Like, they're much more difficult to flank than I am. They tend to not have a lot of openings, and then you end up in, like, these little straight shootout situations where it just comes down to dice rolls. There's 3 of them over there, huh? Yikes. This is gonna suck. He's falling back. I don't think he's gonna have enough to fire. I think if we could take this guy's position, we'll be okay, and then we could push that way, and we should be alright. Oof. Oh, well, at least it wasn't an Overwatch, so that's good. Oh, they're falling back right now. Okay. Okay. Yikes. Hey, you got him. I didn't think with a 30% chance that it was going to be something that could be reliable, but that's the thing, though, is I didn't count on it to be reliable. I just kind of hoped it would work. I'm going to move up to there, but that's not really going to do a whole lot for us. If that was a 6, it would be a lot easier. I guess move into that cover right there. It's not useful on this turn, but it'll force them to make some decisions on the next turn that I think will be alright. And then over here, we'll go ahead and put her right there. I think that she's got a 20% shot. Meh. I think I'd much rather have the Overwatch pinning him down. We'll go ahead and do that. I do like that Overwatch is not related to your AP. It's related to your MP, which is kind of cool. That means there's like a limited amount of Overwatch that you can set up, which prevents the player from just like setting up like 9 Overwatches and forcing the enemy to come to them. Like, you actually have to engage and play this game, and there are smart decisions in the game, like limiting the amount of Overwatches you can put down per turn. Oof, I don't know how aggressive I want to be with him, but I guess I'll move him up to right there. Try to at least have an advanced position. Knocked Wolf Stalker, technologically augmented machine gunner. Ah. That sounds like fun. I think that's it for us, but they still got 3 guys dug in back here. Unfortunately, our Overwatch failed, as it tends to do. Your hit chance will get better as the game goes along, but for right now, we basically got a bunch of squaddies. And so everything is going to be a little bit sketchy. Even with like point-blank flanks, the best they're going to give you is like 80%. Okay, that's a decently covered position. How far can you throw a nade, guy? Far enough? Yeah, do it. I don't know what kind of, like, damage he's capable of dealing, but I would rather not find out. See if you can finish him off with the Blevin. Perfect. He's got like an LMG or something, and that's the part that I'm worried about. Like, that's the part that I definitely don't want to mess around with. Okay. Not on your A game today, but definitely on like your B- B game. And he's still got a little bit of attack power left. We might as well go for something right there. It's better than just sitting here doing nothing. You got a 60 from right there? Go for it. See if you can, like, chip tap him on out. No, you can't chip tap him? Okay, well, fire your secondary weapon then. And fire your secondary weapon again. Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. I'm just trying to create a gap so that we can move up more aggressively. I'm not trying to be fighting these guys for like 20 minutes. Like, I'm trying to... Ooh, nice. Sniped him on out. Well, this is Achtung Cthulhu Tactics. I hope you guys like the game. If you wanted to get it for yourself, it's down below in the description. I will see you all. Let me know if you wanted to see another episode of this. I think the game is pretty fun, and actually, it's pretty high quality. It definitely brings back like Jagged Alliance or like Silent Storm memories. I do wish that it had destructive environments. I think that would make the game much more tactical and enjoyable. But I understand with indie games, sometimes there's like constraints for what you can afford to develop or whatnot. So anyways, check it out down below. It's pretty cool. I like it. If you wanted to help me out as a content creator, all you got to do is leave a like on the video. If you wanted to aid me in my never-ending search for indie games, you can check out the Patreon. But other than that, how you do, everybody, and I'll see you next time.